welcome back to my channel one more time. Thank you for staying there. Thank you for staying tuned. I really appreciate. So today I'd like us to discuss about reading the Word of God. Recently, it's like 2 months ago, I was reading the Word of God from cover to cover. I tried reading from Genesis to Revelation, but first I had started reading the New Testament. There's this group called SDS. It helps people to read the Bible. It will help you when you join the group. There's follow up, there's reporting every day. Every day you're supposed to read like a certain chapters. So you get to find there's accountability in it. So I joined SDS and I was able to read the New Testament 2 times. And then the Old Testament is where the struggle was. Because previously I could start reading and then maybe somewhere Genesis around chapter 26 I stop, and then I'll start again and read. Maybe when I reach Exodus I stop, as there was no consistency in reading. But then recently when I joined the STS, I was able to read, and there's some few things that I was able to get when I was reading the word. It's like there's a way God is using the word to help us know Him more and more. God is using the word to reveal Himself to us as His people, to us as His children. And it's so nice when you get to have and see the encounters that people had in the Word of God. Like when you get to see from Genesis is where it talks about the creation, and then we're having Exodus where there's the children of Israel are moving, and yes, and then we also get to see the importance of having intercessors, people who are standing in the gap. Because when you see in Genesis, the time God wanted to destroy Sodom and Gomorrah, Abraham, remember there was Lot, and Abraham pleaded with God, and he was telling God, what if you find 50 righteous people? What if you find 40 righteous people? What if you find 30 righteous people? And Abraham was able to talk to God and intercede on behalf of Lot. So God said, if I find 50 righteous people, I'll not destroy the city, I'll preserve the city. If I find 40, I'll preserve the city. And Abraham went down and said, God, don't be angry. What if you find this and this number of people? So we get to see when Sodom and Gomorrah was getting burned by fire, God preserved the life of Lot and his family. So we really need to stand in the gap of our friends, of our families, of the people we know, even stand in the gap of our nation, so that we don't get to be destroyed when the people can stand in the gap. Another thing that also got to learn, God is a God who provides. We call Him God our provider. The manna that He provided the Israelites with, He provided them with the manna and He told them, just take enough for today. And some of them took even extra for the next day. But what happened when morning came? Those who took extra, the extras got spoiled. And that one was a clear indication that God will cover for tomorrow, because the next day He also provided manna for them. So we get to see, even when we're in situations where we don't know how to go about it, we don't know what the future holds, we know that the God that we believe in is going to make a way for us, and even the future is in His hand and He provide. Also, another thing that I got to learn about throughout the Bible, the thing that was revealed in my spirit, is about having three divisions in your life, in your social life. Like we have the inner core, the outer core, and the Holy of Holies. How does that imply into your life? Yeah, so as I was saying, the outer core, the inner core, and the Holy of Holies. The Holy of Holies is where the glory of God is so profound. And then the inner core, and then there's the outer core. So same way in our lives, we're going to have a different kind of people in the different cores of your life. Those who are your destiny connectors, they can be in your inner core. Those who are your burden bearers, they can be in the Holy of Holies. Destiny connectors can be in the inner core, or even Holy of Holies, and then maybe outer core, people who clap for you, celebrate you. But now it's different. Deep calls unto deep, as in that those people who they can go with you through the mud. And when you are celebrating, they'll be the loudest cheerleaders. Those are people who are like in the inner core, and so and so. I mean, not, I mean the holy of holies. And I think that I also got to learn is the way God is holy and worthy of our praise. For instance, you get to see in the book of Revelation the way it was revealed to John, and how he could worship, he could kneel down even before the angels, and the angels would be like, no, just stand up, I'm a servant like you. So God is so holy, and he's worthy of our praise, he's worthy of our worship. Yes, and then when you look also at New Testament, I can say the most hilarious book that I found was the book of John. I laughed a lot in the book of John because there are just some instances that were so funny in type of way. And what I can say also, during the period that I was reading the word, that wasn't as efficient as it ought to be, because others finished way before me. I just took my pace slow. Some days I could read the 7 chapters, the 8 chapters. Some days I could barely read. Also, some days I could read 2 chapters. Some days I could try and compensate. Also, another thing that I got also to learn is that sacrifices turn things around. You can, generally, what I can say, there are altars. Even the enemy, I mean anyone that is against God, and anyone that is against the goodwill and all that, the enemy has altars. They do sacrifices. They do, the witches are there. Hey, witches are there. If you don't believe that witches are there, witches are there. And another thing is that there are altars, there are sacrifices, there are witches. And also, you as a believer or someone who trusts in God and believe in God, you should also have an altar. I mean, make a prayer life. Have a prayer life that is active and going on, because people sacrifice other human beings. They sacrifice life, they sacrifice everything. For instance, there's a part in this Chronicles I was reading where point where the Israelites were having war with Moabites. And what the king of Moabites did, he sacrificed his son, his firstborn, and the Israelites surrendered during that war. So you can realize and you get to see and know how intense a sacrifice can be, how intense an altar can be or can speak. Also, I got to learn about having a relationship with God. It's just the same way family in a home setup. You may find that those children were closer to their mom, others are closer to their father, and the same way, if you're close to someone, you get to have a relationship with them. But if you're distant, you won't enjoy their love, you won't enjoy them, in short. So the same way with God, our relationship with God, you have to put it close. I would like to analyze a lot and much, but for today I just like to cut it there. Meanwhile, don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to comment, say anything, and also like. I'll be bringing much of sit down videos, but I also try and balance them with the lifestyle ones. Yes, thank you. Bye.